Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome to my channel. I am Sai De Silva and I am a lifestyle and luxury fashion content creator. I would love for you to stick around, watch this video, and if you think I'm a vibe, please make sure that you subscribe. Since it's 2022, I wanted to reintroduce myself. My name is not Hove, but it is Sai De Silva, and I wanted to chat to you today about how I became a content creator. Or, as some people like to say, a full-time influencer. Now, this is not a job that I thought was a job. I thought that this was some sort of like a creative outlet, and I want to bring you back. Bring you all the way back, because I started this, I think it's been almost 8 years. Well, it will be 8 years this May. So I started this journey 8 years ago, and originally I had no idea what this was going to turn out to be. I had no idea that this was actually a job that you can make a significant amount of money from. So I'm going to give you the whole tea. I'm going to spill on all of it, and plus tell you how I started from the bottom to now having a 7-figure company. Almost about 8 years ago, I lived in Montreal in Canada. Some people might not know that, but that is where my daughter was born. My daughter's name is London Scout. Her middle name is Scout, hence why this is called Scout the City, is the name of my brand and this channel. A lot of people call me Scout, but my name is actually Sai. So originally I started a blog because I lived in Montreal. I really had no friends. I kind of just was looking for an outlet to meet other cool, like-minded moms. I was a first-time mom. I was the first parent out of all of my friends, so no one really understood what I was going through. And I thought, you know, if I started this blog, I can find other people, and plus it was a creative outlet for me. It was just a way for me to express myself. I love to write. So at that time, I used to get up at like 5 in the morning to write a blog post. And then I also did all of the photography. When I say I did all the photography, I was not the subject. The blog was about my daughter. It was always about fashion, but it was more about children's fashion. I was obsessed. Since I had a daughter, I was like, oh my goodness, look at all these beautiful clothes. Like, children don't just have to wear Gap. Like, there are so many other amazing pieces, and I love a well-dressed kid. So with that said, I started doing this, and then I remember one day I put myself and my daughter in front of the camera, and it was like a mommy and me moment. And everyone was like, oh my God, you guys look so similar. You should do this more often. And at that time, I felt very uncomfortable with taking photos in front of the camera. I was more behind the camera. I did this blog for about 9 months, and then we moved back to New York. 9 months, making no money. I was kind of trying to figure out what this was about. I had no idea how other bloggers were making money. I literally could not figure it out. But at the same time, I wasn't in it for the money. I was in it for the passion. Let's fast forward. I started kind of interjecting myself into the blog a little bit more. I started an Instagram account. And again, it was like a lot of children's fashion. And I met a lot of other moms who were pretty much doing the same thing. We were just like in children's fashion in this world. If you're an OG here, then you probably have seen me grow over the last few years. Definitely was a different aesthetic and a different vibe back then. 9 months later into blogging, I will never forget this. I was getting ready. I was having like a little house get together or something in New York, and my phone was blowing up. Girl, blowing up. Like, I was getting all these like DMs, all these followers. I was like, what are these messages? It was like, I'm following you. Oh my God, this is so cute. Oh, da, 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 da. I was like, what is going on? I looked at my phone. 5 minutes later, it was like 20,000 followers in 5 minutes. What is happening? What is going on? And then finally someone said, hey, just started following you from the article on BuzzFeed. And I'm like, what a minute now. I had to go run on BuzzFeed to see what all the talk of the town was. And sure enough, there was this young lady, she did an article, and it was about London, and it was about her fashion, and our blog blew up. And back then, if BuzzFeed did an article on you, it was like a Willy Wonka chocolate factory ticket. And the press really like kind of took us off, and more people started seeing it. Because of this article, not only did I end up gaining about 100K in followers within like 24 hours, but it put us in front of a lot of different eyeballs that we would not normally have gotten to see. So I remember Ellen DeGeneres reached out, not her, but the TV show reached out and asked us if we wanted to like get on the show, and they wanted to interview London and ask her all of these adult-like questions, like who's your favorite designer? I was like, this is not really what this is. You know, I am the one who actually gets her dress, and my daughter is just having fun. So I felt like that was a little bit too grown. So we ended up not doing that. But Jenna Bush came over and did a segment on the Today Show, which I find like full circle, because years later, which was last year, I ended up on the Today Show dressing Jenna Bush.
We revealed our Tuesday look, selected from 3 outfits by each of us and styled by Sai De Silva, better known on Instagram as Scout the City.
Okay, guys, she's got a huge following on social, and for good reason. But can I just begin with your outfit? You have an oversized shirt, Sai, and somehow it looks like you're about to walk down the runway.
So it's been a great ride so far, but again, after that, it was like on so many different publications, and then that's when my first client came on. I think our first client was Stella McCartney. I woke up at 6 o'clock in the morning because the office is in the UK, and I was like, you know, I had to sound professional. I didn't even know what this was. I had no idea what was going on. I was like, hello, like acting like I was up already. Mind you, I had just rolled out of bed. And they're like, look, we would love to send you some clothes for you to create some content and pay you. And I literally was like, not into negotiating the payment. All I know is that Stella McCartney wanted to give us free clothes and a little bit of money. And I was like, let me go ahead and say yes before this lady changes her mind. So I immediately said yes. I was so excited. I told my husband and all this other stuff. So we ended up getting an agent. The first agent was a bust, like not for us. And then the second agent that we got, I was her first client, and you know, she really, really helped us grow and helped me understand what this was and how to make money, and you know, about pitching and what I have to offer and things like that. Again, I was in this thinking like this is just a passion project for me. I had no idea that you can make money. Somewhere along the lines, London got a little bit older and she had more obligations with school. She was also doing a lot of modeling at the time. She had an agent for her modeling career. I also saw an uptick in brands really wanting me to do more campaigns, especially in the beauty industry. So I actually started doing more camera front facing things. I remember my first photo shoot, I was a nervous wreck. Someone recommended this photographer to me and I literally was like frozen. I was like this. Like I didn't know what to do. Also like changing, we had to like change in the bathroom. And back then people used to think that you would have a photographer following you around all the time, but no, you just literally bring your clothes to wherever you are and you change in whatever bathroom you can find, like a Starbucks bathroom, anything. And when London and I did shoots together, us changing in a Starbucks bathroom was literally the worst feeling ever. I could not stand it. So after a while, it just became such intensive labor. And you know what? London was just getting older. I was like, girl, you do your thing. You're in ballet, you're having fun. So when you shoot, you shoot. And I kind of turned this over into more about me. I wanted to inspire people. I was like, I want to create content that not only inspires, but it motivates you, right? Like I want to do things that like motivate the hustle. Like we're all out here hustling. Like let's get it together. Like, you know what I mean? If I can do it, you can do it kind of sort of situation. And I've always had a love for luxury fashion. Since I was very young, I used to read Vogue. I remember being in junior high school and just reading Vogue and only dreaming of purchasing these things. Or I love the art and the creative direction and the design of fashion. It just makes me happy. It's my happy place. You know, fashion is art that you can wear. And I was like, you know what? My next goal is to get into luxury fashion. And so I definitely, over the last year, year and a half, almost 2 years now, I have really, you know, interjected myself more into the luxury fashion space. But in general, overall, like this has been such a labor of love. There is no studying in school on this particular subject. Like this job is still very, very new. And then here comes social media and everything like that. So it's been kind of like a wild, wild west for everyone, kind of navigating and figuring things out, like how much you should charge brands, figuring out like usage and exclusivity and all of those things. And I feel like I've gotten really good at that, and now having my own team and realizing that I could not do everything myself. However, I did work endlessly on this brand. Like, I put my all into this brand. And when you are a content creator, you do not have a 9 to 5, you have a 24/7. You are thinking about creating content 24/7. When you go out, you're kind of like, this is a good idea. Oh, imagine if I did this. Or you see something that just sparks you. Or when I'm on the train, I'm like, she looks great. I would love if I could do this, this, and this to that outfit. Like, you're just constantly inspired by things around you. So your brain is constantly like, how can I create this content? What can I do now? And you really just never kind of shut off. And this is what this job looks like. So let's see. I've grown so much over the years. Again, we've done so much. I've worked with Vogue. Morning to me.
I do enjoy dressing up, actually. I love dressing up. What did Mommy wear today? This is my mother. Her name is Sai De Silva, and she is very chic.
This is my prom photo. Flashback to the 90s. And here is the final outfit. Doesn't this skirt remind you so much of my prom outfit? Except now it's modernized. Let's take this outfit outside. But first, we need a final touch. Clothes have helped me find my freedom by allowing me to just express my personality without having to say a word. Working with the Today Show, not only once, but like 3 or 4 times now, has been really great.
Yeah, this year is new and our style is fresh and we are coming in hot.
I love it. So there's no one, coming in hotter than the stylist we have for you today. You guys know I love her too.
Yes.
You know her as Scout in the City on Instagram. Welcome back, Sai De Silva.
Hi, Sai.
Hello, good morning, ladies. All the press and the write-ups that we have done.
Welcome to my room!
Working with Bentley was a dream. Working with NetJets. Let's be honest. Who doesn't kind of want to experience flying private? You just kind of want to know what the plane looks like and what does that feel like. It is my first time flying private. We are getting on this plane. Cheers, everybody. Cheers. It was nice. It was nice not having to go through the TSA line and take your shoes off and do all those things. It was a really nice experience. So anyways, all that to say, now I have put on a lot more brands onto my resume. My content has definitely grown and it's definitely looking a lot better than when I first started. But again, be gentle with yourself. You have to start somewhere. Everyone starts somewhere. I think that the biggest thing that I learned is that when I first started, I used to compare myself to what other bloggers, and that's what we were doing, blogging back then versus now no one really blogs. But I was comparing myself a lot to other bloggers, and I one day just clicked and I was like, I am not everyone else and everyone else is not me. You can't be that person and that person can't be you, vice versa. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna stay in my own lane. And then I started doing YouTube and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I just love chatting. I love being transparent and open. I feel like I can just, it's not a polished situation. The fact that I even did my makeup today is wow. I have goals in 2022 for you to look at a better person. That's all I'm saying. I know that usually our vlogs are like, I'm a hot mess, but I say, you know what? I'm gonna put on some makeup. I did my own beat today, by the way. Once you start doing this job, you are go, 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 go. And the things that I have accomplished, I would only dream of back in the day. And now it's almost like I've accomplished these things. Great, let's move on. And I've been trying my best to really like sit down and be like, girl, this is a big deal. Like when I worked with Vogue, it was a really big deal for me because it wasn't just Vogue, but it was also Audemars Piguet, which is like, I love that brand so much. And it was a campaign that was worldwide. Like it was in every Vogue, not just Vogue US. It was like British Vogue, Vogue in Dubai. Like it was crazy. Sometimes I'm just like, girl, sit down, have a glass of champagne and say congratulations. You got to celebrate your wins in life. Like they are very important to be proud of yourself and celebrate your wins. I remember the first time I got my first check, and I wanted to tell you guys, first of all, yes, I make a substantial amount of money. I have grown this company from 0 to 7 figures. It's taken me quite some time, but it is a very substantial amount of money that you can make in this industry. So let me just tell you about my first check, my first large check, and I was over the moon. I think this was like 3 years into it, or maybe 2.5 years into it. And my agent at the time called me and it was like a Friday and she goes, I have some great news for you. I was like, what is it? What is it? And she's like, we got you a brand deal. And she's like, I hope you like the fee. And I was like, oh, okay. You know, like, She was like, it's $25,000. Girl, what? For what? Wait a damn minute. You want to pay me? What? So brands pay you based on your deliverables. You know, you can go into a 1-year contract, you can go into a 3-month contract, you can do one post, you can do numerous posts. It depends on what these deliverables look like. And I can go into this on a tangent on another video. But when she told me, I was just like in complete shock and disbelief because I just did not really realize how much people were getting paid. And now I've grown to the point where now I have a lot of friends who are content creators. It honestly does take a village. It's nice to have other people to talk to and talk about these things. Like, so, hey, how much are you getting paid for this? What did you do for this? Do you think it's fair if the company offers you this? Yes, we talk. This is exactly what I'm talking about. You have to stick together. You are better together than you are solo dolo. So anyway, that was like my first big brand deal. Things have changed a lot since then, but like those deals, that was a pretty big deal for me back then. And I obviously did not have as many followers as I do now. And I know I say this all the time, but compared to other people, I also still do not have as many followers as they do, but I value myself. I value my work. I value what I do. And I'm professional AF. I sign on, I show up, I do the job, I'm kind, I'm nice, and you get done. I also feel like in this industry, it's very wild, wild west. Some people are a little aloof and they're kind of like, thanks for the money. And it's not like that. Again, you need to get in here. You need to treat this as a job. And this is my job. I'm a full-time creator. I feel like I'm really introducing myself to you guys, especially if you're new here. I'm really hoping that you're gonna subscribe to this channel because this is a vibe. It's a very intimate moment that I'm doing right now. But I think for the most part, I don't want to really go off on too many other tangents. As you know, I have ADD and self-diagnosed and go all over the place. Of course, I can go over some things as far as what this industry is and what, you know, contracts and things like that, terms that we use. Just feel free to comment down below. Let me know if there's anything else you want to know. Am I going to give you my exact dollar figure of how much I make? No, because girl, do I go to your job and be like, how much they pay you in here? This is nice. Come on now, that's my job. But of course, with every job, remember, it's the company. You have expenses, things you see like Paris Fashion Week. Those are expenses. Like, I would love to actually get a little bit more transparent with what some of these things look like, because this life can look so perfect, but it is such a hustle on another level. Like, my job is to make it look easy, but when I tell you things aren't easy, girl, my hair's falling out. Enough said. Anyways, I think that is enough of our video and our Saturday chit chat. Definitely make sure, if you are new here, please make sure that you subscribe to this channel because I am a vibe. Anything you want to know, please leave it down in the comment section. And guess what? I'll see you guys next week. Deuces.